Hello everyone, it's Melinda here with CatSmashPuzzles, and today I thought we'd do a kind of an easygoing, relaxing puzzle, but also kind of do a practice for my upcoming in-person competitions. If I go over to our Cobble Hill pile here, we're doing a 500-piece Cobble Hill puzzle frog pile. She's all up in my business today, I tell you. So I saw this puzzle at my local puzzle swap, and I figured this would be a good one to do a practice run on. I have 2 in-person competitions coming up, DFW Showdown in July, and I also have the next mini tournament run by speedpuzzling.com in August. So those will be my next 2 in-person competitions that I really want to practice for. I just did my May competition mini tournament from speedpuzzling.com, and I will be getting the video out for you in the next couple weeks, so be on the lookout for that. But I thought this would be a good practice run puzzle to do. I think I'm going to set myself a bit of a harder goal this time. Since it's a 500 piece, where our main goal is to be under an hour, but I'd like to put a super fast goal on this one to be under 45 minutes, not quite 50. Because I do think I'm looking at a lot of patterns with the top speed puzzlers, and they're starting to get pretty common for a 500 piece puzzle in the 40 minute range. So that's where I kind of want to start landing on these 500 piece puzzles. I think if I kind of stick with the hour goal, I think in general it's a good one to keep. But I do think that trying to get in that 40-minute range will start getting me closer to first place. Well, that being said, let's smash it. Well, that did not go as planned. 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 22 seconds. This was the Frog Pile by Cobble Hill 500-piece puzzle, and I really wanted to see if I could do maybe a really fast speed run on it, and I did not succeed this time, and in fact, I didn't succeed in my 1 hour goal either. So this puzzle really did trip me up. The colors are kind of everywhere. I actually decided to sort a little bit on this puzzle, and specifically sort the border, which I normally don't do, and I think that's probably something I should stick with not doing because my time is reflective of maybe it wasn't the best tactic for me. But I really did like this puzzle. It was very pretty, and I think that, it was kind of a easy one to pick up to an extent. Mostly stayed intact. But I think this just kind of shows that I probably need to stick with the tactics that work well for me. I look back on some of my faster puzzles, and I really just don't even sort and even flip the puzzle at the beginning. I just kind of go and do it. And I think with this one, I wanted to see if maybe flipping and sorting would help me with this, and since there are different colored frogs, but 7 to 8 minutes in, I realized I'm going kind of slow, and this puzzle's not getting put together quicker. And the size, again, kind of threw me off. Cobble Hill's 500-piece puzzles are about the same size as a 1,000-piece. And so that just threw me off a little bit. I have a hard time kind of reaching all the way up here. So something I have to think about. Thankfully, it's in competitions, puzzles tend to be smaller, and I don't have to reach all the way over. But again, I'm trying to practice my speed puzzling, trying to see if I can improve. But I think that this one shows that, one, maybe stick with the same tactics I always do, and two, just do different types of puzzles and see where your strengths and weaknesses are. I think for this one, maybe different colors mixed up together might not be my strength, but hopefully the next puzzle won't be as bad. So, that being said, we did not smash this one today. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye. We have a cat inception here.